Welcome to A Series, a podcast where we discuss everything healthcare. I'd like to thank you for subscribing to my channel, and if this is your first time, kindly click the subscribe button below so you can be notified when I upload new interesting episodes. I'm your host, Sunday Clement. Today, we're going to be discussing the topic, what are the red flags to watch out for in a hospital? It is important to be aware of red flags when choosing a hospital or receiving care, as they can indicate a lack of quality or safety in a healthcare provided. Here are some of the red flags to watch out for in a hospital. Number one, poor cleanliness and hygiene. It's a good place to start when it comes to looking out for red flags in a hospital. A dirty or unsanitary hospital can increase the risk of infection and spread of disease. Number two, inadequate staffing. When you are in a hospital and it appears there's been a staffing problem, there seems not to be enough staff to attend to patients, it's a red flag to watch out for. A hospital that is understaffed can lead to delays in care, mistakes can be made, and a lack of attention to patient needs. Long waiting times is also something to look out for. Excessive waiting times can be a sign of understaffing or inefficient processes, which can impact the quality of care that will be provided. A lack of communication. Poor communication between healthcare providers can lead to misunderstanding. It can lead to mistakes and delays in care. Therefore, in between shifts, if there's no proper communication protocols and systems in place in between shifts, maybe between a morning shift and an afternoon shift, the quality of care for inpatients are usually very, very compromised. That is a red flag, and that makes lack of communication another red flag to watch out for. Inadequate pain management. A hospital that fails to promptly manage pain can cause unnecessary suffering and complications. When you are on admission in a hospital and you have noticed a patient is in pain, and or you yourself you're in pain for a very long time, and there seems not to be much attention given to that pain, that is something you need to watch out for as well. Poor patient outcomes. If our hospital has a high rate of patients readmissions or complications or infections, it may also indicate a lack of quality of care being provided in such kind of hospital or facility. When you have also observed some unprofessional behavior, staff who behave unprofessionally or are disrespectful to patients or family members or relatives, can also create a negative and potential harmful environment for a patient, and therefore could also be a red flag. So if you encounter any of these red flags, it's important to address them with hospital staff or management of the hospital, or consider seeking care at a different hospital altogether. That's all the time we have for today's podcast. For questions and inquiries, feel free to reach out to me via email displayed on the screen, as I'll be more than happy to respond to them. Also, be reminded to support this podcast by clicking the subscribe button below. And thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time as we continue to explore other critical topics of importance of putting patients at the center of care. Until then, I'm your host, Sunday Clement, wishing you all the best in your healthcare journey.